Hello and welcome to another episode of Pansies TV. I'm Stephen Barlow here in the garden to talk to you today about planting pansies. Well, the snow's finally melted, hopefully the cold temperatures are gone and we're ready to get back into our garden. It's a wonderful time of year and I'm really excited. So today I'm going to give you a couple tips on planting pansies and what we like to recommend here at Barlow's. Pansies are a great early spring flower. They can last a long time in your garden if they're planted properly, and they give you that first burst of color in your garden. So right here, I have some blue pansies and some yellow pansies. What I want to do is, when I'm getting my pansies, I want to always check to make sure. Pansies have great white roots, so I want to make sure I have nice white roots on them, like this one right here. You can see that there. And also, I like to see this pansy has some buds on it, so I know it's going to flower for a long time. What I like to say is I want to get my pansies planted in the ground early, meaning the end of March, beginning of April. What this does is it gets a really good root system established, as pansies like the cold nights, the cool nights and the warmer days. So that gets a good root system established so we can get our pansies to last in through June. So that's why I want to start getting my pansies in the ground now. Now, although the temperatures might be cold at night, pansies can handle temperatures well into the 20s. What might happen is you might lose the flower, but you can simply clean that flower off and then the pansy will form new flowers. So these plants are very hardy and we grow them right here on our farm, and we grow them at super cold temperatures so that they'll thrive in your garden. So let me show you what we got here. So I'm going to start planting this. I'm in my garden. You can see it is a little wet here. But what I like to do is I always like to add a little bit of compost. This is an organic, it's an organic compost that has some seaweed mix into it and some good organic. So I'm going to mix that into my hole, into my spot here, so I get that organic back into the soil. I'm also going to use another product that I highly recommend. This is called Biotone. This has what we call mycorrhizae in it. And what that does is it helps to fend off those bad diseases that want to attack your plant. And it also has a little bit of a starter fertilizer in it. So I'm going to mix some of this. And what I recommend doing with this is you want to mix about a handful per square foot in your garden. So I'm going to mix some of this on top of the soil here. And now I'm ready to plant my pansies. So I mix that all in, that Biotone. So like, I can't say enough about that product. It really will help your plant to get a good start. Going to dig a good hole, and I might kind of break up the roots a little bit, plant it in there, and then we're good. What I like to do with pansies is, since they're not going to get quite as big as like your impatiens or your geraniums, is I like to plant them a little bit closer together so I do get that big wow factor. So I'm going to plant them roughly 6 to 8 inches apart, just like that, as a nice border to my garden here. Now, as I'm caring for my pansies throughout the spring and early spring, what I want to do is generally the ground is moist, so we don't have to water them a lot, only when it's super dry, as they say, April showers, so they get plenty of water. But if you want to fertilize them, I would say once every 3 weeks. You can use something called a Plantone, which is a nice granular fertilizer, or you can use your liquid fertilizer if you would prefer that. That's all I have on pansies today. I encourage you to check out our website, and we do have actually a sale going on this weekend on pansies where the flats are only going to be $11 each, so I encourage you to come on down and check it out. If you have any questions, check out our Facebook or drop me an email. Thanks so much for watching this episode of Barlow's TV, and have a great day.